Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft. We are currently in second place on the trophy leaderboard, hoping to win and get to first, of course. If you want to be up near the top of the leaderboard as well, check out the link in the description. I'm coaching I'm doing a Magic coaching course for Vintage Cube this season, and I'm really excited about it. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, click that link and check out the sales page. This pack is very good. Thalia, Teferi, Swords, Plowshares, Care of God, and Grist are all phenomenal cards. I think probably Swords is the pick. I love Teferi. I love Blue Eye Control, but like even in Blue Eye Control, Swords is almost as good. Yeah, this card is just phenomenal. Even if like we don't need to be playing a base white deck, we can just splash for Swords, and it's just that good. Like it's so valuable to have a card like this. Now I think we take Dak Faden. Also Tinker. But I think I like Dak Faden more. This card is really, really good. Stealing, there's so many games where they just go turn 2 Signet, then you go turn 3 Dak, steal your Signet, and the game just ends. Yeah, I think that's the pickup here. Teferi into Dak would be a really good start as well. If Teferi somehow wheels, I'll be thrilled, but I think that's incredibly unlikely, but pretty happy with the start. I think Jeskai is a pretty good color combination. You get access to like good card draw and counter magic in blue, good removal in red and white, and then a lot of really powerful gold cards. Ooh. Okay. Mox Time is good, but yeah, let's take a Ragavan. That's a really strong pickup. And it's better when you're backing it up with stuff like Swords to Plowshares. Like, turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Swords your blocker, and hit you is just a really backbreaking line. Also, turn 1 Ragavan hits you, turn 2 Dak Faden is pretty nice. Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. AKA Ragavan Wallet Pilferer. This card is very expensive for a good reason. I mean, part of the reason is it was in only one set and it was a limited print run. But the other reason is that it's incredibly good. One of the most popular cards in Modern and Legacy at the moment. Super cheap, demands an answer. The better your opponent's deck is, the better it becomes because you get a lot of sweet... I mean, imagine you hit them like flip Ancestral Recall. You can just cast that. It's so good. Okay, Wandering Fumarole or Treachery. These lands don't really help us. Treachery is very good. Less good when we already have access to very good removal in red and white, though. This is close, but I actually think I am going to take the Fumarole. If we were playing like blue-green, this is like a slam dunk over over Botanical Sanctum or a similar card for sure. But fixing is really important. We have like, I guess the tap line's bad with Ragavan. Oh, it's close. Treachery is great, but I think I am going to take the Fumarole here. Very close pick. I would not fault someone for taking the Treachery either. Ugh. This pack is pretty bad. A lot of black and green. Does that make us want to pivot? I mean, there's nothing really worth pivoting for in this pack either. Like, these green cards are all bad except for Natural Order, which is only good if you're really heavy green. Vampiric Tutor's okay. Night of the Reliquary can be good, but that's like... I guess we could try and go Omnath. Play Night of the Reliquary on our Dak Faden deck. Alternatively, we could just take Giver of Runes and open up the possibility of pivoting to Mono White. But Mono White doesn't even look that open either. Like, I guess there are 2 white cards in this pack. It probably is Giver. The upside of taking Night of the Reliquary is not that good, and I don't want to be trying to do 4-color Omnath if green-white is cut. So we'll speculate on the Giver of Runes and see what we get here. I'd still like to be Jeskai, but we'll see. All right, white does look pretty open. We could go like red-white. Ragavan is really good. Like a white deck with Ragavan is certainly happy to have the Ragavan. If we were trying to do Jeskai, we could take Elspeth or Repeal. We could also just take Recruiter of the Guard and sort of stay open because that's good in like a sort of creaturey, somewhat low to the ground deck and can also be good in control. Yeah, I think that is the pick here. Okay. Not much for Jeskai control, but Wheel of Misfortune is really good if we're some sort of semi-aggressive deck. I think that's the pick. Now I can take Blade Splicer. Okay, yeah, this is the direction we should be going, I think. 3 blue cards in this pack, but they're all terrible. Red is not looking that open. I would like to be able to play the red cards that I do have. All right, we'll take a Sundown Pass now. I would really like to be able to play the red cards that we have. We'll see if the fixing gets there. But they are quite strong. Although then there's just Spectral Procession. Maybe we are supposed to be mono white. We'll take this. I mean, I don't think we're playing any of these other cards, really. But white is not that open either. Nissa. Maybe we should have just been green this whole time. Cradle. I mean, we'll see. This could be the rare late pivot into green. But we already missed Crater Hoof and Natural Order. I guess I wish I'd taken those now. Green is certainly the most open color. I mean, green and white are open. We have no green-white fixing. What? And now we get this pack. This has been a very strange draft so far. So white aggro is slightly open. Green, there's no deck archetype that's really open, unfortunately. Red aggro is not that open, it looks like. White aggro is moderately open. Green ramp is not that open. I mean, we got like a late Nissa, but that was really it. Yeah, we definitely don't have a clear direction at this point. Here we could take, if we're trying to be somewhat aggressive, there's Revoker, Flicker Wisp, Gideon. We could take Misty Rainforest if we're trying to do a lot of colors. There's Overgrown Farmland if we want to splash, just play green-white. I think Revoker is the best pick, though, here. It's the only card that we know for sure that we're going to play in pretty much any deck. Yeah, I think that's the pickup. And then we'll see. Like, if one of these white cards wheels, then we can go in that direction. Now we have Unholy Heat, Parallax Wave, Intrepid Adversary, I guess Breeding Pool, but probably not Breeding Pool. Let's just take the Intrepid Adversary. We have the most white cards, and this card is very good. Yeah, I'll take that. Now we get Layla. Okay, how does it look if we just go red-white? This seems solid. Chromox is good. I would like to play Chromox, but I think we take the Layla here and go red-white. This card is really, really good. There's Lightning Helix. We're hoping that wheels. Also Resto and Geist. Like, Jeskai aggro with this pack, but I think we take the Copter. This card is just really, really good. It's also nice that it's an artifact. Like, if we have colored mana issues, then that can help bail us out. We don't have any blue cards other than the Dak Faden we took second. So, probably not going to go in that direction, although Dak Faden... Like, maybe we side in blue against some artifact decks, but this seems probably better for the main deck. There's Colonnade, which is some fixing, but I think I would rather just take one of these two. They're funnily similar. I think we just go with the, well, I was going to say Cathar Commando because it is a better attacker, but it's more likely to come around. White is more open, I think, than red. And I don't think we're going to be able to play mono white. Yeah, let's take the Shield Breaker, actually. I think this card's pretty good here. All right, I think we take the Pyromancer. Yeah, let's go with that. It's good to have access to Pyromancer when you're playing Recruiter of the Guard. Ooh, okay. What if Foothills would be nice, but that doesn't help us at the moment. It might get there eventually, but we definitely want to take Figure of Destiny. We're a little light on 1-drops, and that's a perfect 1-drop that's also really easy to cast for us. If we have just, 2 plains or 2 mountains, we can cast it either way. I generally try to avoid multicolor aggro decks like this because the mana is much more inconsistent, and that is the case right now. Our mana is inconsistent, but I mean, we have really good cards, and neither lane seems completely open, but we should be able to get a good white or red card from almost every pack. Sacred Foundry would be a very high pickup at this point. Okay, Silverblade Paladin. Also Imperial Recruiter. We have a lot of threes, but unfortunately we're getting a 3 no matter what here. You know, I actually am leaning toward taking the Recruiter here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. This is a sort of interesting deck, but I think this gives... Okay, yeah, now we take Flicker Wisp. So this is actually a deck that's fairly fast. Like, it can pressure the opponent's life total, but it also has some pretty good grinding elements. Nothing good here for us, though, unfortunately. Let's take... I guess... Well, no, we'll take Mindslaver, actually. That's a card we could potentially want in some matchups. What is going on? This is so strange. We'll take Wrath. All right, so what are we looking for here? 3 drops. We need some more 3 drops, probably. That is actually not true. We need some 1 and 2 drops, and we need some fixing. Our 3 drops are all really good. I think this deck is fine. Lightning Helix, all right. Pretty good late pickup. If that didn't come around, that would be a terrible sign. Take this, not play it. We have 17 spells that we're actively very excited about playing. That actually might be good too. Burgi, probably not being the main deck, but actually a card we'll bring in some matchups. Okay. I think we just take the Bloodstained Mire here. It doesn't help us yet, but hopefully it will. There's also... I mean, there's not much. Like, Wear Terror we would play. Cave of the Frost Dragon is good, but yeah, let's take the Mire. Okay, we have a few interesting options here. We probably need to just take the Inspiring Vantage, though. Monastery Swift Spear would be good. I would love to take that. And we probably should be able to wheel either Swift Spear or Lightning Strike. But I think we got to take the fixing here. We have fairly heavy mana requirements and no fixing at the... or minimal fixing at the moment. I would definitely take... I would definitely take a Sacred Foundry here. That would not be a hard pick. But even an Inspiring Vantage, I think, is correct. Yeah, I'll take that. Now we get not much. Ferocodon if we want more 3-drop. Soulfire Grandmaster is like good with Lightning Helix, I guess. Actually, giving your burn spells lifelink can be relevant for racing. But I think we just want to take the Relic here. Yeah, I'll take the Relic as a good sideboard hate. Good piece of, sideboard interaction. Now we have Sulfuric Vortex, Banefire, Leon, and Relic Warder. I think I like taking the Relic Warder. Yeah, let's go with that. Mother of Runes, that's a great one. Also Eidolon and Skullclamp. But yeah, let's just definitely take the Mom. This is one of the better cards we could get because we want some more 1-drops. Now we have 4 very good 1-drops. Vernwingmare and Magda are both decent, but I think we want to take the Mana Tithe. Yeah, let's go with that. That seems really good for this deck. Now, Hellrider probably. Gideon Blackblade is good, but for curve purposes, it's less good. And then we also actually, like, there's a great deck for Hellrider. Spectral Procession makes bodies. Like, we have a lot of things that make tokens. Spectral Procession, Seasoned Pyromancer, like, multiple recruiters to tutor for stuff. Let's take this. Alright. Stomping Ground does not help us at all. The Bloodstained Mire didn't get there, unfortunately. I cannot add white. We don't have any green cards we're really interested in playing. So Stomping Ground doesn't help us. Let's just take Adeline. It's a pretty good card. May or may not make the cut. Now we can take, I think Lyra. Yeah, I like having access to at least one card like this out of the board. If the draft ended right now, we could play Relic. We don't have any Thalias, which makes Relic better. We also don't have any graveyard synergies at all, so this Bloodstained Mire is not helpful. I don't think it's Burgi. Let's just play Scrappy Scrounger, I guess. Hangerback Walker's fine too, but I think I'd rather have the Scrounger and be able to attack. We could play 1 Swamp, but that seems a little bit too loose. Lantax is a good sideboard card, but I think I'd rather have a creature that hits pretty hard. Yeah, let's take that. Soulfire on the wheel. Not great, but potentially playable. Fumigate's a good sideboard card. Tolarian Academy is... I guess we'll take this. This actually would be good if we could play it. All right. So, wait, actually that last pick could be good. Black, white. No, I mean, a tap land is pretty bad. It's good with Scrapheap Scrounger, but I really don't want to not be able to play something on curve because we have a tap land. So I think we just cut the Soulfire and then run it with 17 lands. We have 2 pieces of fixing. Interesting deck. I don't normally draft decks like this, but I think it's pretty strong. This gives us 8 red, 11 white. Let's see how skewed we are. Not that skewed, but we do have Spectral Procession. And more white 1-drops. We have 5 white 1-mana plays, 2 red plays on turn 1. Yeah, let's run it like this. I'll see you in round 1. All right, we have our round 1 opponent with our Boros aggro deck. Not quite mono white, not quite mono red. The best of both worlds, hopefully. We don't have much in the way of burn, just 1 Lightning Helix, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we have a lot of good creatures. We have some good value engines with a Recruiter of the Guard and Imperial Recruiter. We have Layla, which is just broken. We have Ragavan, which is broken. Oh, no. This is why I don't play decks like this. Oh, this is painful. Ragavan, but no red mana on turn 1. I think I'm going to still keep it. If we draw a red source, we could just dash Ragavan or something. And we do have some good spells. Turn 3 Spectral Procession is very good in a lot of matchups. And we have a removal spell, or 2 removal spells. But if we had turn 1 Mountain, Ragavan, then just, like, if one of these planes was a red source, this hand would be just ridiculously good. They see our pain. Red source off the top. They suspend Lotus Bloom. Okay. Well, at least that's something we can cast this turn. A 3-1 with lifelink. Not bad. All right. We'll just bash for 3 and then play Spectral Procession. Reasonable clock. We have 6 power on the board. Coalition Relic. All right, they're going to have a ton of mana next turn. So basically the next turn is going to determine the game. When they have access to 8 mana at least, what can they do? If it's something that we can't beat, so be it. Imperial Seal. All right, well, they'll have whatever they want. That's not something I was expecting to see out of their deck. Swords to Plowshares answers a lot of the things they could get, but they know about it, so they're not going to play into that. If we draw red source, we could steal this. Oh, that'd be just so good. Ragavan, why do you not take white mana? If we draw red source and dash and get to hit whatever they Imperial Seal for, we're probably going to win. Because they're on a 2-turn clock. Brutal. All right, well, I'm just going to play out our cards. We don't really have another option. We die to a lot of things here. But if they don't have very specific answers, they are going to die to our pressure. This Ragavan has just been so bad, though. What you got? Other than 8 mana and whatever card you wanted out of your entire deck. They played Lancer. It's not Upheaval. We probably just scoop to Ugin. Karn Liberated does nothing. Sundering Titan does nothing. Basalt Monolith doesn't do much. I mean, that's mana neutral. So, okay, they're just doing it immediately. Maybe they're getting, like, Time Twister. Tinker, okay. What you got? We have an answer for Wormcoil Engine or something like that. Inkwell Leviathan doesn't matter. Bolas' Citadel doesn't matter. Honestly, there's not that many Tinker targets that would be that bad for us here. Okay, Mirror Battlesphere is a little annoying. Do we want to Swords to Plowshares that? Okay, that is really annoying. That's actually a huge problem. Although we can block and give protection with Giver of Runes, so maybe it's not. We can hit them for 3 in the air and kill them over the course of... Well, actually, we can kill them in 2 turns. Another plains, not a good draw. Man, we have decent fix. I guess we only have 2 pieces of fixing. But let's attack them for... Oh, they can equip this to Mirror Battle Sphere. And then gain 4 even if we stop their block. We'll see if they find that line. But yeah, we're definitely hitting them for 3 and then passing. One, two, three. We don't have much in the way of sideboard for this matchup, unfortunately. Dack Faden would be good, but I don't think we have the mana for that. We don't even have red mana right now. Our 4 plains deck might not be able to support a blue-red card. So they went straight to combat. They didn't equip the Germ. That's probably good for us. They just pass. Strange. Or don't attack, at least. We'll see if they... okay, they charge up that, and then now do they just pass? They're not dead because they do have a black and a colorless blocker. If we draw a red source, they're dead, though. Come on. Okay, land, hit for 3. Ha! All right, well, despite our mana issues, we did take down game 1. How many red sources are we playing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's pretty good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 white. Yeah, I think that was just bad variance. I think we just want to run it back. Do we want to make any changes? I love Revoker, Shieldbreaker, and Leonin Relic Warder. Definitely want the 1-drops. The 3-drops some of the 3-drops might be a little slow, like Recruiter of the Guard, but we don't have much to bring in. We could bring in like Desperate Ritual. But I think I'd rather just run it back. Actually, maybe I'll bring in Relic over one of these cards. Like Relic over Imperial Recruiter. That seems fine. It's good against Academy Ruins, and it can also just cycle. It also keeps our curve a little bit lower. This hand has got to be mulligan, right? I mean, if we draw a land, it's good. We have 16 lands, so we're 50%. We also get to crack Relic, so we get 3 looks. And if we do draw a land, it's pretty good. I think I actually am going to risk this. Smuggler's Copter is like our best card. Revoker is also really good. These are good regardless of what land we draw. Okay, drawing a double red 3-drop was really, really bad. Given that we already have Hellrider in our hand, that was the worst draw on the deck. They get Tinker. Okay. They get like a really quick Mirror Battle Sphere. We die to that for sure. We can shut down the Grim Monolith if we draw land. Okay, so maybe they don't have land for Tinker. That's really our out. So we'll shut down the Grim Monolith. Batterskull we could potentially beat. I think Mirror Battle Sphere would be tough. Okay, they do have the land, unfortunately. So they play the Tinker, grab Battle Sphere, presumably. Turn 3 Tinker is going to be hard for us to beat almost no matter what. Bolus's Citadel. Okay. Not what I was expecting. Let's just Lightning Helix their thing and attack. That's like pretty good for us, honestly. I mean, they're probably still ahead, but like if this makes them pay a bunch of life. They're at 14. Baleful Strix off the top is good for sure. Mindslaver off the top. That's funny. So they're down to 6. They're down to 1 now. Oh, but that will win. Because they can take control of our turn with the Mindslaver. and then they can gain 8 life because they can attack with the Phyrexian Revoker, gain 4, and then take their turn in Batterskull. I'm just going to concede, actually. I don't think we can win. Saves a little bit of information, and I don't think we can beat them going up to 9 life here. They could just use our Leonin Relic Warder against us. Okay, on the play, I'm going to make this exchange again, or exchange back, and just really, really hope we draw red source. We're playing 8 red sources. That's not bad. I think it would be an overreaction to adjust our deck because we've had 2 very strange games. Finally, we have red mana. And we have a keepable hand. It's not amazing. Now we need more white mana. But I like having Phyrexian Revoker on 2. It's good against a lot of their acceleration. They're already down to 18. Good. All right, I think I'm just going to play Revoker naming Lotus Bloom now. Actually, we could just play... No, let's actually play this first. It hits harder. It also gains its life, which doesn't really matter, but mostly it hits harder. And then potentially we can name something else with the Revoker if we want to. They Mystical Tutor for Tinker again. They've had Tinker very frequently. Suspend Riftwing, okay. Brutal. So let's go Revoker, naming Lotus Bloom. Hit them for 3 and pass turn. So they can play Tinker next turn. Land is good. Let's go Leonin Relic Warder to take out the Signet. And then if they play something we really need to deal with next turn, we can flicker the Leonin Relic Warder and get it back. They're down to 10 though, so Bolas of Citadel isn't too bad. Batterskull is also not good because we can flicker the token. If it's something with an activated ability, we can flicker the Revoker because it's now like the Lotus Bloom is gone. Also, if we draw land, we can go Recruiter of the Guard for Embereth Shieldbreaker and then kill their artifact that way. They get the Bolas of Citadel. Okay, so that's good news for us, I think. They go down to 6. If we draw land, we have lethal. Because we can flicker their token and then Swords to Plowshares there's Urza and attack with everything. Dang it. Ugh. What happens if we flicker the token and then attack? That doesn't seem that good. I think it's better to... Oh, man. This is close. We want to push damage. We don't want to let them take advantage of the Bolas of Citadel. If we play Flicker Wisp, take out their token, and attack with everything, they block the Intrepid Adversary with the Urza and go to 2. And then we have a flyer on the board. If we instead Swords to Plowshares... Yeah, I think that's just the play. Yeah, let's do that. Be gone, Construct. They're down to 2. That means Bolas of Citadel is essentially dead. We have 3 lethal attackers. We also have hasty creatures in our hand. Oh, I forgot this was coming into play this turn. I still think this is actually the right play, though. This is fine. They can bounce the Leonin Relic Warder if they want and get access to 1 more mana. But with them being at 2, we're at 29. I think this is fine for us. They bounce the Flicker Wisp, okay. Play land. Red Source just wins if they don't have a counterspell or a kill spell. 5 mana Batterskull. Okay. Well, we can flicker the token. They can re-equip the token, though. So if we draw Red Source, we just win. They tap that and that for Signet. Okay, so Red Source wins. Okay, that just wins. Nice. So land, Hellrider, attack. And then they're going to be able to gain life, but they die before they get to go to blocks. So we do win game 2. Wait, oh, that was game 3. Oh, Sweet. All right. Well, we're 1-0. I'll see you in round 2. All right. We have our round 2 opponent here. Trying to get back on top of this leaderboard. I'm not content with tied for third. We're on the play. That's a great start. And good hand, too. We're a little heavy on lands, but we have both of our colors. We have a turn 1 play. The best turn 1 play. Turn 1 Mother of Runes versus Ragavan is very matchup dependent. Probably on the play, it's better to have Ragavan. But like in this situation, Ragavan wouldn't even be that good. We can't use the treasures that well, so we'd just be banking on hitting something good from them. Ah, that sucks. Huh. All right, I think we just want to dash this. If we had more spells in our hand, I would just hard cast this. But given the situation, I think like we're gonna be able to have mana to cast Ragavan a lot. Tidal Scholar cannot play that, unfortunately. Getting to play Mother of Runes and Ragavan is pretty broken. They Thoughtseize us, annoying. So they almost have to take the Ragavan, then we don't have anything going. We have a lot of live draws, like either of the recruiters to find Seasoned Pyromancer would be really good. If we just draw another land, though, that would be like very bad, of course. Oh, come on. I think we just cast this, as terrible as that is. We had broken 1-drop into broken 1-drop, but they had 1 mana answer into 1 mana answer, and now we're just not doing much. We can Helix their next play. They're also at 13 somehow. Okay, yeah, definitely going to Helix that. I think I'm just going to do it end of turn. We don't need this treasure token for anything else. Brutal. All right. It is sometimes frustrating to play decks that cannot control for variance. I think they have Restoration Angel here. I think I'm still going to attack and do that. So here's the situation. I'm pretty sure they have Restoration Angel. I think we're going to just lose our Embereth Shieldbreaker for no value here. But I don't think we can actually beat Restoration Angel. Like, if we just pass and do nothing, I don't think that's a game we can basically ever win. I guess they also... No. They also... There's the 4-mana 3/4 guy. Yeah, they're like almost 100% to have something. I just... Yeah. We're not going to attack here. It sucks, but I think that is correct in this situation. Yep, there they go. So whenever they play a creature, they get a 1/1. Hard to imagine the way we win. I think it basically involves like drawing. I mean, actually, no. Seasoned Pyromancer could turn these cards into good cards. And Figure of Destiny could become an 8/8 very quickly. Okay, Batterskull will win pretty quickly. We have a few answers to it, but not that many. Take 3. Okay, jeez. All right. That's just very frustrating. What? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lands to 3 spells, 4 spells. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, well, I mean, that happens sometimes. Black-white's a pretty bad matchup, I would think. I think we just run it back, though, at least on the play. All right, turn 1 Ragavan. Can't complain with that. Hopefully they don't have turn 1 Swords to Plowshares again. And we actually have a good mix of lands and spells. Like 3 lands, 4 spells is probably optimal. Spectral Procession is a bit awkward with Double Mountain, but we'll still be able to cast it eventually. And Ragavan will make treasure tokens that make white mana. No swords. No swords. Oh, they have the swords. Dismember? Okay. I mean, at least that means we get to hit them for 4. But obviously it would be much better for this Ragavan to just connect. We're just going to play Scrap Heap Scrounger here because it hits harder. Ooh, that was a really good draw. This does seem like a tough matchup, though. They have multiple 1-mana removal spells. They have like Batterskull and things that go over the top of what we're doing. They'll probably take Seasoned Pyromancer here. Yep. Okay, good draw. So we'll hit for 3 and then just play both of our creatures. What do we want to name with this Revoker? I don't think they had anything last game. I mean, we could name Batterskull, but that doesn't really do that much. They played Windswept Heath, but we can't name fetch land, or we can't name lands with that. Could name Liliana the Last Hope. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Then cast this and pass. And I mean, this is a quick clock. They're dead in 2 turns. There's some things we die to for sure. Gideon Blackblade. Okay, that is not something I care about at all. I don't even think we're going to attack it. We're just going straight for the face. Land would be a decent draw here, so we can level up the Figure of Destiny and put them to 2. Layla is also a very good draw. They should have definitely cut Gideon Blackblade. I don't know why they left that in. Nice, we even hit our land. Although it is a melon, which is a little annoying. We'll play that so we can level up our Figure of Destiny and pass. They're at 2. We don't have much burn, sadly, but it's still pretty hard to imagine a way they can win this game. Like, they can't kill us at all quickly. The main, like, if they had Bane, Slayer Angel, that would be scary, but they only have 4 mana. All right, there we go. Took down game 2. We're on the draw for game 3, which is obviously not ideal. I don't think we want to bring in like a Wrath. I don't think Soulfire Grandmaster is very good. We could bring in Birgi. If we're super flooded, then that can be a good source of card advantage, and it's just a 3/3 in other situations. But I think we just want to run it back. Yeah, let's do that. This deck's big problem has been mana issues. That's why I like the monocolor decks better in general. Because not only are you never going to have colored issues, which we had multiple times in match 1, but you're better at mitigating flood. You're still somewhat susceptible to it, but you're better because you have access to man lands and stuff like that. Like if you have a Rishadan Port and you're flooded, that's okay. It's like you can sort of fight through it. But if you're just drawing like plains and mountains, that's really bad. All right, keepable hand. Third game in a row where we've had either Mother of Runes or Ragavan on turn 1, which is great. If they go end of turn Dismember, that's sad, but we're not going to not play our 1-drop on turn 1. Nice. Okay, so if they're going to kill this, they're at least going to have to do it on their turn, which is much better for us. Tidehollow Sculler, so they definitely take Lightning Helix here. But now we're going to get to untap with Mother of Runes, which is going to make their life a lot harder. Okay, drawing Basic Plains was the worst draw on the deck there. Also the most plentiful draw on the deck, so I can't really complain, although... I mean, yeah, like at least a red source would give us access to our double red cards. Ooh, that's not good for us. They can get Batterskull. We can get Recruiter of the Guard for Embereth Shieldbreaker. Do we... No, I'm just going to take it. We've seen multiple 2-mana or 1-mana removal spells. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Well, let's play Recruiter of the Guard. Grab Embereth Shieldbreaker. Right? I think Shieldbreaker is the best thing. We can also get another... Like, we can flicker our thing. Yeah, let's do that. We'll grab Embereth Shieldbreaker. And pass. So this game we're gonna have to go for a long game, which I don't like. I think that they're very favored in a long game, but we can't win an aggro game. Like they're gonna gain some life off of this thing for sure. Oh, what? Interesting. Okay, we'll take 3. That's fine. They're not using their Stoneforge Mystic this turn. Very strange. Come on. That's very frustrating. We'll attempt to kill this. They can sack their Selfless Spirit if they want to. Okay, they do that. Then we'll swing for 1. And then flicker our Recruiter of the Guard. We've had some unbelievable mana flood in this match. 7 lands. So we can't get Seasoned Pyromancer. Or, I mean, we can, but we can't cast him. We could get another Recruiter. We could just get Imperial Recruiter. We could get Intrepid Adversary, or we could get Layla. Or we could get Leonin Relic Warder to deal with a Batterskull. I don't think Layla's very good in the face of the Batterskull. I think I'm just going to get an Imperial Recruiter, actually. We're just going to try and flood the board. We can also go Recruiter. Like, this sort of delays the decision somewhat. We can get, like, depending on what they do. They also don't know that we have another... Like, we can get Leonin Relic Warder with this. If they do put in the... if they just hardcast Batterskull or something here. They could also Mind Twist our hand. Okay, well, that sucks. Although our hand was terrible, so it's not as bad as it looks. We basically just lose 1 card. But this is like, I mean, we have no real path forward. We just need to top deck something good. And we don't even have, like, clearly good top decks that we could draw into. And they have a Batterskull. Unreal. It's actually just really, really strange how much that's happened. But variance is part of the game, I guess. We'll hit you for 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands down. 8 lands and 5 spells. And honestly, like, half of our spells have been tutors, too. We might have drawn land every single turn. Yeah, we actually literally might have drawn land every single turn for this whole game. Which is ridiculous. I think it's true, though. We might have drawn 1 Flicker Wisp. I can't remember if this was in the opener or not. Bone Shredder is not a problem. Protection from black. Let's get a Seasoned Pyromancer off the top. Come on. They don't have any attacks. They're down to 1 card, okay. Are you kidding me? What? We have no reason to hold this. We just want to have lands in play if we draw Seasoned Pyromancer, so we'll do another land and pass. This is maybe the worst mana flood I've ever had in Magic Online. The only reason we're not completely dead is this Mother of Runes. Sun Gold Sentinel is fine. They can... Actually, no, that's pretty good. They can hit us for 3 every turn with it. They can make it so we can't block with red and with white creatures. So actually, that is problematic. We need to find an answer to that very quickly. Swords of Plowshares, Tidehollow Sculler would be great. We're just going to block and give this protection from black. If they have a removal spell for the Mother of Runes, that's bad. But, like, we're not going to win by just taking 4 and letting them gain 4 every turn. Okay. That's good. Although, maybe it's not. How much life can we actually afford to pay? Well, let's start at first principles. We can hit them for 3 this turn, and they can't do anything about that by giving Flicker Wisp protection from black. So they can't pay 13 life. But we can't pay 13 life either, because if we're at 2, they're almost definitely going to be able to kill us. They can hit us with Sun Gold Sentinel. I think they can hit us. I think we pay 11 life. I don't really want to get to the point where one Sun Gold Sentinel hit kills us. Yeah, I think I'm going to pay 11. Right, like, yeah, I think this is our only out. We can't win by not casting this for sure. So we need to make a move. We could go fully up to 13 and then hope to draw into something. And we are very likely to draw a ton of spells. I mean, almost all the lands in our, like, well over half of our lands in our deck are gone. If we both draw 7, I think we can win that game. But if they, I guess if they go 12, we could be in sort of rough shape. I don't think we could afford to do 12, though. I think their optimal play is to do 12. But if they don't do 12, we probably win. Or at least we're slightly favored. Oh, man. I'm too dumb to understand this card. It is confusing, but, I don't really want to... I feel a little bit weird about this. Like, I don't really want to explain how this works and what they should do. I feel a little bit bad being like, oh, I'm not going to tell you. But, like, I want to be in the trophy lead. We are, if we win this game, we'll be undefeated going into the finals. I think I'm going to have our opponent figure it out. They can read. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number discards their hand, then draws 7 cards. Oh, so actually if we say the same thing... Okay, they chose 3. All right, so... We draw pretty poorly, actually. Oh, no, this is actually not bad. We can shut down Sun Gold Sentinel, which is the scary card here. So let's go... Land... Phyrexian Revoker, naming Sun Gold Sentinel. And then we're going to play Giver of Runes. All right, so because our opponent didn't know what they were doing with how this card works, we could have afforded to pay less life. But I think we should be able to stabilize this life total, probably. Also, it's sort of ridiculous that we still actually drew 3 lands. That was a drastically more than would be expected. So we play that, play this. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lands gone. So 5 lands left out of 17 cards. We'll pass. We're ahead on board. And we have Hellrider in hand, so we can build up a really huge attack with that. We're not in a position where we can start attacking yet, but we'll get there pretty soon, I think. They have draws that win, but we're not going to win by play not to lose. I've said it before, I'll say it again. What are we looking for here? The problem is we don't have that much top end. I think Hellrider's our only 4-drop. We could draw... I mean, Seasoned Pyromancer would be good. Source of Plowshares would be good. Leonin Relic Order would be okay. But if we get to untap with Mother of Runes and Giver of Runes, I think it's going to be almost impossible for them to ever do anything with creatures. They could kill us with, like, Collective Brutality type stuff, or maybe a Board Sweeper. But they're just like, oh, what? What? Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just funny. Like, it's hilarious, actually. Legendary Mana Flood. All right, well, we'll just play all our cards. The best draw would probably be Grim Lavamancer, because we could immediately turn him into an 8/8, and that would win the game pretty quickly. So we can't attack with everything right now. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 creatures. So that would not work. We're not that far off of being able to kill them with that sort of attack, but we're not there yet. We need to find some more flyers. Right now we only have 1 card that can block the Bone Shredder. If we find Spectral Procession, then I think we can start attacking and win pretty quickly. Oh! That probably does it, right? We can kick it 3 times, so our entire board gets +3/+3. Okay, so what happens if we attack with everything now? They immediately take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage off the trigger, go to 8. Yes! Yes, what a... Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we overcame that mana flood. That was so ridiculous. We had only lands in hand, they mind twist our whole hand. We lose all our lands. Continue drawing lands. Play a draw 7. Still draw half lands. Draw land again on the next turn. And then finally, the top deck we needed, Intrepid Adversary. Mother of Runes is just too good. That was the only reason we were able to survive so long. What a game. What a match. We're undefeated. Let's get that trophy. All right, we have our opponent for the finals. Still sort of riding that high of that last match. That was wild. We rolled a 6 and they rolled a 1, so good start. This hand is really not great, but I think it is a keep. Like, specifically 2 lands, 4 spells with like a Ragavan or a Mother of Runes would be better as a 6-card hand. But the most likely thing is, like, we want, like, 3 spells is pretty solid, and we have like a decent curve. So it's close. I wouldn't fault someone for shipping this hand. And if we had like broken cards, like if we had Black Lotus, I would definitely ship it. But our best hands aren't like ridiculously better than this. And then, I mean, there's always the risk of mulliganing into Oblivion, which you don't want to do when you have a functional hand. Looks like a Thoughtseize or an Inquisition of Kozilek here. Hopefully Thoughtseize. Dark Ritual. Whoa. What is this? Liliana of the Veil? Ha! That's so bad. We can just kill that immediately. So easy 2 for 1. Good start. Oh, come on. How do we just only draw lands every single game? Dark Confidant. That's a problem. I think we just want to jam Flicker Wisp for mana efficiency. I mean, Dark Confidant could be a liability if they deal a lot of damage to themselves. Hopefully they flip, like, the Scarab God here. If they just flip, like, a few lands in a row, we're going to be in bad shape, though, for sure. Like, we just don't have any gas in our hand. We're just drawing lands. No, Misty Rainforest, come on. Valky. Okay, that's not too bad. It's a little bit annoying, but our hand sucks, so losing something from our hand is not too bad. We really just need to find Wheel of Misfortune here. Maybe we should just be playing 16 lands. I mean, Mana Flood has been a very consistent problem throughout this entire league. But the problem is our fixing is just not that good. Are you kidding me? Ugh. I can't tell if I think it's hilarious or very frustrating. I mean, it's definitely some of both. We'll hit them for 3. They get a 14. Another land for them. Come on. Dark Confidant could have hit them for 10 by now, but instead he's hit them for 0. If they don't have an answer to the Flicker Wisp, that could go a long way. They just what? This doesn't work how they want it to. They got their thing into a 2/2, but that doesn't take out the Scrap Heap Scrounger. So we'll see how they attack. Probably attack with just Dark Confidant. Please, deck, give me a spell. Okay, really, really good spell. That's all right. I can't complain now. What do we want to get? We could get Seasoned Pyromancer. We could get... There's no 2-drops that are amazing to get here. Let's start by attacking with both. And then I think it's Layla or Seasoned Pyromancer. They can't just take 6, I think. I mean, maybe they're down to go to 8 with the Bob in play and us having Flicker Wisp. Okay, they trade the Bob. He did a great job for them, just drew them 2 cards. So let's play land. I guess let's take a look at our deck. Let's just to make sure there's not a 2-drop we want to play. I'm almost positive that there's not, but we do want to make sure we leave up the right mana. Like Ragavan is not that worthwhile to get here. We can't get Copter. We could get... It's probably just Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, I think let's do that. Even if they kill the Seasoned Pyromancer, we're getting some value out of it. We can play this around Miscalculation. They could have Mana Leak. Maybe Layla's better than... So, alright, what are the pros and cons of Layla versus Seasoned Pyromancer, actually? Pyromancer is better if they discard it or counter it or kill it. Yeah, Pyromancer is better, I think. If they have no answer to Layla, she probably is better because she draws cards almost as quickly and pressures their life total more. But if anything goes wrong at all, then she becomes way worse. They have Misty Rainforest and 4 unknowns. Three mana, what is this? Looks like Mind Twist for 2. Well, I'm really happy we got the Pyromancer then. Yep. So we can exile the Pyromancer from our graveyard to make 2 1/1s. And we're still beating down with this Flicker Wisp. I mean, they don't have a flyer yet. Demonic Tutor will find them an answer, though. So we're going to hit them down to 8. If we draw a Hellrider, do we just win? No, we don't just win, but we're in really good shape. If we draw Layla, we're also in really good shape. We have a lot of very live draws. We just need to hope not to draw yet another land. Like, Ragavan would be fine, too. Layla, beautiful. All right. We'll play that. Attack with everything. They can't block this profitably. So they either chump block the Layla, or they take 6 and go to 5. Either one of which seems like a good position for us. Do we want to attack with an Imperial Recruiter too? I don't think so, especially with Hellrider in our deck. Ha. Mana Tithe. Well, not casting that. They do just take it all, okay? Whoa, all right, cool. So, once again, we overcome massive mana flood to win. Pretty good. Even though Dark Confront didn't hit them for any damage. This has just been a very bizarre league. Given how much black mana we've seen, I think we do want the Relic. But I also do want the Imperial Recruiter type cards. Loon and Relic Warder doesn't seem great against the stuff we've seen so far. I do want to have access to either Relic Warder or Shieldbreaker, just as a tutor target since we have 2 tutors. But I don't think we need... Maybe we don't need both. What else could we cut, though, if we do... Actually, on the draw, we can cut a land, I think. We're also bringing in a pseudo cantrip. Yeah, we'll cut 1 red source on the draw. I think that's fine. We do have a low curve. We only have 1 card that costs more than 3. Plus, against a deck like this that's attacking our resources with kill spells and discard spells and stuff, that's a situation where Mana Flood is worse. Alright, I'll keep this hand. It's not amazing. Obviously, I would like to have a turn 1 play, but It's a good mix of lands and spells. We have both of our colors. Thoughtseize, Dark Ritual again, okay. What is this? Scavenger again? Bob. Turn 1 Bob is scary for sure. Can we get a Swords to Plowshares off the top? We cannot. Alright. I mean, yeah, that's going to be hard for us to beat. Unless they get unlucky with these flips. Like, fine. Oh, they just Bloodchief's Thirst. So in 3 flips, they've dealt themselves 1 damage. That's really, really good for Dark Confidant. And then they have a Jitte. We have a couple answers to the Jitte. Do we want to play Revoker or Relic Warrior first? If they have land, they can kill it and get Jitte counters. So I think Revoker is better against Jitte if it already has counters on it. So let's start with a Relic Warrior. But now that they have that, we're not going to consider cutting Relic Warrior or Embereth Shieldbreaker. I kind of do want to bring in another land on the play because our fixing is so bad, but we'll see what we... Well, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we don't even go to game 3. Hopefully we can just close this one out. If they don't have a land... I mean, I guess with Dark Confidant, they're very likely to have a land. Verdant Catacombs, 4 flips, 1 damage. At least they have to shock, but they are going to get Jitte counters now. Oh, they... Very strange. They could have killed our Leonin Relic Warrior, then equipped the Jitte to the Dark Confidant and gained 4. Alright, yeah, I mean, this seems totally fine for us. Next turn we go Revoker to shut down Jitte, and then play Mother of Runes. Recruiter of the Guard was a pretty good draw, but we're still going with our initial plan here. Next turn we can go Recruiter for... next turn we can go Recruiter for Embereth Shieldbreaker if we're worried about the Jitte. The good thing is they have to kill this and equip the Jitte, so they need a 1-mana removal spell. And if they want to kill the Revoker, we're going to get to untap with Mother of Runes. Are you kidding me? 5 flips, 1 damage. Best Dark Confidant ever. 5 flips and 1 damage. I have no idea how we're fighting for a trophy right now. It feels like so many things have not gone our way, and yet here we are. We don't have double red for Hellrider right now. Hopefully we can find it soon. Ugh. Okay, that's what we wanted to avoid. They can now equip the Jitte, and then they can kill our Mother of Runes. Then we can kill the Jitte, but we're just going to be so far behind at that point because their life total is still very high, and we just don't have anything going. Okay, so we're going to lose this game now. It's going to be decided in the finals. We're going to be on the play, which is good. We might as well just block here because they can kill it either way. Actually, this isn't terrible. They have 4 cards in hand. We have a decent hand, too. We can kill this. Swords to Plowshares is a good draw. They can kill our Recruiter of the Guard with the Jitte, but that's fine. They'll kill that in game 2, and then it's just going to be, like, who has better stuff. They have a Chrome Mox in hand, which is a dead draw, and our hand is pretty good. So maybe we can actually still win this. Even though they did draw 3 cards for free off the Dark Confidant, that was just a 4-for-1. This is our 3rd answer to the Jitte we've played this game. Finally, this one will stick. And now, basically, any draw in our deck other than a Plains is a good draw. Red Source gives us Hellrider. What? Yes! Alright, that was so bizarre. Wow, yeah, that was one of the most surreal leagues I've ever played, but can't argue with the results. So, this was our red-white aggro deck that got a trophy. Okay, from looking at the deck list, I'm not surprised we got a trophy. It's good. We have good 1-drops. We have both Ragavan and Mother of Runes. Mana Tide and Swords to Plowshares are both great cheap interaction. Copter's amazing. Wheel of Misfortune's amazing. Layla. So, the deck is great. I'm not surprised based on looking at the deck that I got a trophy. I am surprised if you think about how the games went. There was at least 4 different games where we had like a comical level of mana flood. We drew like 10 lands and like 4 spells and somehow still were able to win eventually. And then there's that, Dark Confidant flipped 4-0 drops and 1-1 drop in a matchup where life total is really relevant. Like they always had answers to our turn 1 Ragavan. We never got to cast a Ragavan spell. Yeah, just a very, very strange league. I don't mean to complain. Like I feel weird, like sort of complaining when we just got a trophy, but it was just a super weird league. Almost every single game had like very strange things that made me feel like we were very behind, and yet we got the trophy. So that's pretty sweet. Trophy number 6, feeling pretty good, especially at the top of the trophy leaderboard. Once again, if you are interested in the course, check the link in the description. You can also email me at bhillv@gmail.com if you have any questions about it. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, and you should definitely sign up. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.